Hey fellow mobs, Mobi here. Welcome back to Armored Drip. I ran a nearly 2-month-long contest to once again find the best drip in Rubicon. This time, I will leave all the judging to my two guests, RamenRook and sadpocky.
Hi guys, my name's RamenRook. I have a YouTube channel where I focus on competitive gaming, mostly for Mecha Break and Armored Core. I also have a Twitch channel where I'm currently streaming Mecha Break, and after that we're going to go back to Armored Core.
Meow. Hello everyone, my name is Lily. I'm a small lily bunny girl and I am an exceptionally cute and competitive variety streamer on Twitch. Hello.
Without further ado, here are your Armored Drip winners.
Okay, so I like ACs with a lot of stature, you know, when you see it in a cutscene, when you're fighting it, it's like, whoa, that looks like something that could beat me up kind of thing. And I think this person especially did a very, very good job at making their AC look like some kind of powerhouse, you know? It looks menacing, and I love like menacing ACs. Black, red, and white, I'm a sucker for that kind of color scheme, you know? I'm not a super big fan of bright colors on robots. I like it when it's more subtle, you know? It almost looks like it was built legitimately by a corporation or a company, like an industry. The symbol on the chest is kind of like icing on the cake, you know?
Hi, I'm Emprist. I'm from Southeast Asia and I'm a video editor primarily working with VTubers. My inspiration for Crimson Drill was pretty simple actually. I just wanted to make a very edgy mech. The first version of Crimson Drill had some very simple decals on it, and the right arm had a pattern to signify the corrupted part, with red and black as the main colors for the AC because edgy. It was the version I submitted in the second drip contest, and it was planned to stay that way, until Yozayo came with his HAL 0, and I had a eureka moment. I scrambled to figure out how he did all this. At the end of the second drip contest, I ended up with a very unfinished version of Crimson Drill, so I spent about a month finishing it and gave myself a new goal: make a design that all future designs will trace back to. The first thing I did was create the logo for it, which is Avalon. Next was the right arm. I made it look as if the corruption had broken out of the AC's arm, revealing the inside of it. I kept the pattern of the AC to make it look like the corruption was flowing inside and messing up the color of the arms. Then I worked on the broken part of the legs and core. That was my first attempt at making a death decal. All I did was layer the same decal over and over again, making it a bit smaller each time I added more. The glow on it came from Manou, who was talking about putting a gradient glow decal under the decal. Last but not least, there's a diamond-shaped decal that I slammed all over the AC. That was just my lazy attempt at replicating yozayo's decals. As for the AC name, it's as simple as me watch Gurren Lagann, me like drill mech, me make drill mech. Drill mech is edgy. Drill mech has a Crimson Drill. Drill mech is Crimson Drill. All jokes aside, I'd say Crimson Drill holds a special place in my heart because the moment it was completed, my style of decaling did a 180, leading me to create designs that lean less on the simple side and experiment more with the decaling system. Honestly, I didn't expect to win at all. I only expected to get a small cameo where I appeared for 0.1 seconds when you're scrolling down the list of the videos so I could do the pointing meme.
Yeah, so I chose this AC here because I really love the color scheme and the decal work. The gold accents on the black and red give for a very regal, almost like Roman aesthetic, and the purple highlighting accents of the lights really bring it all home. It's overall like a beautiful chariot of an AC. I really like the head choice on this AC. It kind of wraps it all up and provokes an almost divine, animalistic feeling. It gives me this Chinese dragon aesthetic, but with a Roman color scheme, and I really like that headshot with the purple VVC cloud with the glowing red lights. It just really makes this look like an imposing threat. Very well done.
Hello everyone, my name is Sl4ppy. I'm from Indonesia. I made this AC Cycle Lily. The basic design of the AC is basically inspired from the character Junko from Toho. The AC frame itself is actually inspired from a friend's AC frame, which I really like the design of. So basically, it's just me putting my own decals on his AC frame. I really like to make my AC look like porcelain dolls because I keep finding these random pictures on my Pinterest like Chinese pottery with golden accents to it that really shows the mechanical part of like porcelain dolls, which I really like. Most of the work I done on this AC is pretty much pattern heavy. It's mostly just persistence and being patient.
So originally, this was actually my runner-up, but the more I looked at it, the more I just fell in love with the design. It's like, I've never actually seen someone pull off like a tiger pattern so well. And not only that, he has a freaking tiger emblem on his right shoulder. And it's so good to the point where it looks like official, you know? Yeah, I think they did an amazing job. I'm usually not a very big fan of heavy ACs, but man, like, it looks so good. Every part of this AC screams tiger, you know? It looks like some kind of like military camouflage. And you know like how wild animals, they're like known for camouflaging in like their environments. Yeah, so like I feel like a tiger, like the name is very fitting, you know? Hey, it's kind of funny because when I play Armored Core, I play a lot of lightweight stuff. I never like really went into the middleweight, heavyweight classes, which is what surprised me really, because my two picks in this competition, they're not lightweight at all, you know? They're like middle to heavy. And I think that's kind of what's beautiful about these drip contests and Armored Core in general. It's like people have so much expression. You know, everyone is their own Raven and they told their own stories. I think it's beautiful.
Hello, I'm back once again, despite a certain person's protest about it. But hello, I'm Manou, and I am an Armored Core Garage Goblin. What if you're the right person for the right job, but the opportunity is long gone? You're just stuck there, nothing to do. You are literally the perfect person that could do this job. You want to do it, you want to get it done, you want to get the praise, you want to get the bread, but everything's passed by and you just need to now figure out a new way for yourself. And this is how I got inspired by Tactical Ground Raider 13th. I was a very big fan of Balaam, their military style, their constant infighting and bickering, and I wanted to create a professional, someone who had a very heavy presence, someone who was made for war. Let's look at the story. Balaam is just catching L's left and right, and they are like saying, damn it, we need to get this coral, we need to get this done, let's send in the big guns. And I took two inspirations. One from Corrigan from the Fallout series, and the Iron Warriors from the Warhammer series. I decided to do a fusion of these two to get my perfect mech pilot, and then put them into a completely separate environment and force them to adapt to their situation. Over time, this Balaam pilot that is very distraught that they lost everything, they're stuck there, they're wasting time, starts to find a new chapter in their life. Basically, a kind of a rebirth, new purpose, self-search. So if I had to talk about the methods of doing this AC, first of all, I wanted to use three main methods. One of them was using fake lights. Fake lights require you to understand three things. Light has a point at its brightest. It's going to be closer to white, closer towards where the light is strongest, and it's going to become darker and darker shades the closer to the edges you go. Another thing I wanted to experiment with was mechanical fake detailing. As you can see, the core and the headpiece is heavily, and I mean heavily, fake mechanical details. This adds to more industrious feel and more like a mech because it's extra complexity. And if you ever work with machines, one thing you will always know is there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of gigs and bobs. If you do not see them, you do not associate that thing as a machine. And other thing is military. I wanted this thing to feel like a killing machine. Tactical marks, stripes, code names, lights, warning, camouflage, just war. This is what I imagine a war machine to be.
So the reason I chose this AC here is because, like the name describes, it looks unknown. It looks alien. It looks like it was ripped out of a different game, a different universe. It looks almost alive, but machine. The choice of weaponry gives it a very imposing aesthetic. The hammer, and of course the VVC. It looks like they're from another world. And this monster of an AC does not belong. It's out of place, and that's scary, and I love it. The aesthetics of this AC are just flawless, and the decal work on the legs and the arms, it really just ties it all together like it's a mix of man and machine.
Hi, I'm Yozayo. I'm from Indonesia. So I made this AC unknown. So this AC is actually, so I've been wanting to make something like a sentient AC after finishing the game because I was looking at All Minds, I was looking at Air's AC, and I think like, well, an AC controlled by a sentient space magic fuel looks interesting. So why not making a sentient AC too? So I was thinking something along those lines. I wanted to make sentient space magic particle, the coral. So first thing I was thinking of is I want to make it look menacing. At the same time, I want to make it look pretty. I want something unique. I want something that looks mysterious. I think I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of shows. So the biggest inspiration was Mazinger Z, and then there's also the Gurren Lagann influence is pretty apparent there. There's a face on the torso too, and then something called Ayingot from the show Star Driver, and the jewel is actually inspired by the G stone on Gogaigers. So I even put the letter G on the stomach to show that it's a reference from Gogaiger. So the reason why I choose the color pink for this AC is actually, if you know Lovecraft Color Out of Space, in the movie adaptation of the book, the one with Nicolas Cage in it, they used the color pink to show that color out of space. So apparently pink and magenta is something outside of the visible spectrum, so human will probably perceive unknown color as pink or magenta. So I think it fits perfectly with the concept of this AC. After that, I was experimenting a lot with things like shading, making fake lightings using the AC6 decal system, and the decal system is kind of limited in a lot of ways. You can actually do pretty cool things with it still. I experiment a lot with the gradients, with the masking. I think I did really well in giving the illusion of depth on the decals. The most time-consuming process is actually tailoring the shape to perfectly fit each of the parts, especially the head and the shoulders. It took me a lot of trial and error for it. I think I have quite a lot of iteration. This is probably, I don't know, maybe the 10th or 11th iteration of this AC. It's a lot of trial and error to get the illusion of depth.
Would you like to participate in something like this? Inhibit Progress and I run the monthly FashionCore, often with a theme. We go over every entrant on stream. We even have a channel dedicated to constructive critique. It's loads of fun, and there's always room to improve. So if you'd like to join a passionate community of mech artists, join our Discord today. Link is in the description below.